What's up, guys? Xbox Tech Junkie back today with another video. Today I'm going to be discussing some really big news that we learned at the VGA Awards last night. Let's just jump right in because I'm just super excited to talk about this. So last night, if you did not know, last night was the Video Game Awards, the yearly awards show where we talked about what games had, the best story, the best characters, best soundtrack, best category in this, blah, 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 blah. But typically there's some cool hidden surprises, announcements. For instance, last year they announced Mortal Kombat 11, and that was probably the biggest surprise for me, in my opinion. This year, though, they announced something super crazy, and I was not expecting it at all. Unfortunately, was not watching it live, so I kind of missed out on it. But needless to say, I think I would have freaked out either way, wherever I was, because I did freak out in the middle of the road when I saw the notification. So basically, let's just talk about it. The brand new Xbox Project Scarlet has finally been revealed. Not only has its name been revealed, but so the design. Introducing Xbox Series X. Now, this is the brand new Xbox for anyone who's confused. This is not a newer model of the Xbox One X. It's not an Xbox One. It is the brand new next generation Xbox Project Scarlet. So basically, you can take the name Project Scarlet and toss it in the trash because it's basically just the old project name. Needless to say, it'd be kind of cool if when the console comes out, they make a Project Scarlet edition, similar to the Project Scorpio edition for the Xbox One X. But for right now, it's Xbox Series X. Now, they showed off a good 2-minute little teaser about the console and some of what it will look like with games. Xbox and Halo, for the past couple of teasers that they've been doing, are really good at it because no one can seem to figure out what it is because there's no context. There's not like a logo. They just start off this teaser. For example, the Halo Infinite teaser, when it first showed off, no one knew what it was until Master Chief's helmet was revealed at the end. That same thing happens with this trailer. It shows off with what appears to be stars, and then it looks like a bunch of energy just kind of combines together and then explodes and starts creating this world. And, no one can tell what it is. They're guessing I've seen BioShock. God, what was the other one? It was a other game I can't remember. It was the Hellblades. They thought maybe they were showing off the Hellblades in a weirder version. They did show it, but not right there. But then, everyone kind of was like, okay, what is this? Because then they showed a car, and then soccer. And so right there, everyone's confused, what is this? And then I think what really gave it away was when we saw the big man in green himself, the Master Chief from Halo Infinite. Not Halo 4, not Halo 5. Brand new, very small, very tiny little teaser of Halo Infinite running, or what I suppose would be running on Xbox Series X. And then finally it zooms out from Chief and shows this little cube. It's a vertical cube, and it's showing the 3 games, the racing, the soccer, and the Halo, and then it finally just zooms out. The console comes to display, and right there it's revealed that this is the brand new Xbox, and it's called the Xbox Series X, releasing holiday 2020. So let's talk about the name. Now, I'm not going to go into too great depth right now. I do actually have a blog that I made personally to start it up. I want to make more, written material too about some of my videos and some of the stuff I talk about. So I'll leave a link in the description below if you want to check that out. It really helps if you guys let me know what I did good on, what I sucked on. But besides that, let's just talk about the console. Now, the name. Personally, I was a little underwhelmed by the name at first because, I was expecting something like Xbox Infinite, Xbox Scarlet, something crazy. And then they revealed Xbox Series X. The first time I heard the name, I was thinking, what is that? Is it some sort of device that works with the Xbox One? I didn't think they would reveal the new Xbox at the VGA Awards. It just kind of seems like a weird place to do it. Nice surprise though, so it was a welcome one. But the name itself, I think after a while it's growing on me only because I think I know what they're doing. An older video I talked about, there's rumored to be 2 types of Xboxes. There's Project Anaconda, which is supposed to be the all-powerful console, which I think is the Xbox Series X. And then there's Project Lockhart, which is supposed to be the cheaper, the weaker, and possibly the digital-only model. If that's the case, I think that they're doing the Series X as the main unit, the strong bad boy that everyone's going to want. And then there's a cheaper model that, if you're just kind of a casual player, don't need anything fancy, you can go with the Xbox Series A for all digital, or Xbox Series S for slim model. I don't really know what they would call it, but I think that's why they have the series part. I don't think it's because, in reality, I think the new Xbox is just called Xbox. The series is just like which series you're on. Are you on the X series or are you on the A series? So I think in reality we can just call this thing Xbox. If you want to call it, I've seen Xbox or XSX, which kind of is like, try saying that 3 times fast. And then I call it personally the Series X. So whenever I talk about it in my videos, you'll hear me say the Series X. But whatever you want to call it is up to you. I do think right now I'm just going to call it the Series X or just the Xbox. Now, moving on to the design. The design itself, another thing is right when it popped up, I was really like, what in God's green earth is that? And the more I've looked at it, the more in love I am with this console. Like, I'm not even just trying to be an Xbox fanboy. Like, I know a good or bad looking console when I see one. When the original Xbox One shipped, I was like, that's a pretty machine, but why is it so fat? The One S and One X came out and, beautiful again. The Series X, though, if you haven't seen it yet, you're going to think it's concept art or fan art, because it does look like something you would see like, oh, look at this is the brand new Xbox, and then that's fake. The actual console is a rectangular cube that stands vertically. So in a way, it resembles that of a miniature PC tower, which is kind of cool because, Xbox, PC are, basically connected through Microsoft, and, it's like, why not just combine the two even more than we already are? The front of the console looks pretty much standard from what you would think from an Xbox One. You got your power button, you got your disc tray, you got your eject button, you got your USB port, and then you got your sync button for your controllers. Moving on to the controller, the Xbox Series 2, it's going to throw me off for a while. The Series X controller resembles this controller a lot. I think the only difference is this line that's like splits between the faceplate and the upper piece is kind of almost gone. It feels like this center block right here where your sync button and your micro USB port is almost virtually part of the faceplate now, and the bumpers and the triggers are like the only thing that stand out. And there's like a little dip here. If anyone knows who plays an Xbox One controller, there's always been like this weird dip right here on the controller. That is virtually gone as well. It's basically just one piece now, and then you got your bumpers, triggers. Besides that, the only 2 other changes is right here, kind of similar to the Elite Series 2 controller where there's a button to change which, controller scheme you're using. This new button that will be right here is known as the share button. Similar to anyone who owns a PlayStation 4, the share button allows you to automatically share any content, gameplay clips, or even just photos that you took during your gameplay instantly to friends, social media, and all that stuff. We'll get a little more about it when Microsoft decides to open up a lot about it. The next big difference is the D-pad. If you look at the D-pad, you can tell one thing is it's really weird. It's kind of one of those disc D-pads. It's not fully disc like the one on the Elite Series 1 and 2, but it's like half disc, half D-pad. And personally, I'm not a fan of it only because I've never been a fan of the disc type D-pads. I never use it on my Elite controllers. I'm willing to give it a chance though. They did say that they stole that type of design from their own controller. So it looks like they just kind of merged it. It is known as the Hyper D-pad. But besides that, the controller is virtually the same. The triggers still have the haptic feedback. The rumblers are still in both, grips. Controller-wise, those are very minimal changes. Besides that, though, we didn't get a much good look about anything else from the console in terms of, this like the back or the other sides. One side just has the brand for the Xbox. The top is pretty cool. It has a dipped vent, so it just kind of does like a little inner dome piece. And inside of it's kind of cool because when the console's on, I'm assuming, it lights up green, which I find really cool. I've always wanted an Xbox to show off some cool, like, vibrant green lights portraying off this thing because, Xbox's main colors have always been black and green or white and green or silver and green, kind of whatever. Or I guess black and white too. Whatever, series you're part of, black and green was the original. And I think it's cool that this console's going to be black with like a green illuminating the top. Now, a lot of questions I've been seeing about this new Xbox. One of them is it the new Xbox? Is this Project Scarlet? As I said before, yes it is. This is Xbox Series X, aka Project Scarlet, come out in holiday 2020. The second question I've heard, can I lay it down? A lot of people are worried because of how tall it might appear to be. whether or not they'll be able to lay it down again, if it takes up too much space. Xbox has said that they did not want to impose on anyone or make anyone feel like you have to stand it. This console can be laid down. The head of Xbox, not Phil Spencer, head of Xbox, Phil Spencer, did say he has his Xbox Series X at home right now, laying horizontally, just to show you like it works. It's great. It's beautiful. The console itself doesn't look too big. Width-wise, it looks like if they were right in front of each other, it'd be just about that thick. So it's going to be a thick console, but overall, I think it's going to be smaller than the Xbox One S and One X. It might be just a tad bit taller because this is the controller that they show, and this is about how tall it is. So about fit maybe one or two more controllers on top of that. So just think about 3 Xbox One controllers stacked together. Last little key features I want to mention is spec-wise, they have kept the exact same, or not kept, but they haven't revealed anything new about it. Phil Spencer, explained a little bit more of what to expect from it, but nothing too in-depth. One of the last kind of cool features that I think is worth mentioning about the new Xbox is the controller actually can work on the original Xbox One. Now, it's no news to us that any Xbox One accessory will work from Xbox One to the Series X. But finding out that the controller for the Series X will work on the Xbox One is very beneficial to not just people who are going to stay on the Xbox One, but for people who are on Series X. That means, let's say you're playing on your Xbox One and you absolutely hate this D-pad, and you have the Series X, you can just pick up that controller and, sync it and just start playing with it. Vice versa with the Xbox One and the Series X. Another cool thing that I think is really going to benefit people is if the time comes when Microsoft stops developing the standard Xbox One controller because they're fully, prioritizing the Series X controller, all it means is all I got to do is go buy a Series X controller. And, it kind of doesn't ruin the fact that, like, one day, oh my God, Microsoft doesn't make Xbox One controllers. You're going to have to buy a third party or used. Like, no, if you want to, get a brand new controller for your Xbox One that is now 10 years old, 20 years old, assuming that this controller still is like what it is in the future. But throughout the entire life of the Series X, you can just go pick up a Series X controller from Walmart, Target, GameStop, Best Buy, etc., and just continue to game on your Xbox One, which I think is a really cool feature. It's holding true to what Phil Spencer said, that he wanted the transition between Xbox One and the Series X to feel like there's no transition at all. They want you to feel like your purchase that you make right now, if you buy an Xbox One S or a One X between now and Series X, that purchase is not thrown in the garbage the moment the Series X releases. If you buy an Xbox One X a week before the Series X, congratulations, you have a new Xbox. You still get to play all the games. You still get to use the cool controllers. You get to experience everything that anyone who's on the Series X and has the the higher fidelities, the better graphics, gameplay. You still get to experience that, but with just a lower spec sheet. That's about it. Same thing with the games though. I'm assuming the cases won't change too different. Obviously, for the first year of transition, they're gonna have to probably put on the top Xbox One, Xbox Series X. Because a lot of people come in and get really confused, like what's the difference? I didn't know this was a difference. And I think that's kind of what helps too, is anyone who's like a parent or a grandparent or just someone who plain doesn't know anything about video games, if they go in and buy the new Call of Duty for their grandson or cousin, brother, or whatever, and it's technically supposed to be on Xbox Series X, it will work on the Xbox One. That's just kind of what I think is going to happen, only because Microsoft, like they said, wants to make things feel easier, fluid, and they want you to feel like your purchase that you paid for is always good for, like you didn't waste your money. To wrap up though, that is all the news that we currently have on the Xbox Series X. I'm sure we'll get more in the future, more likely closer to E3. Besides that though, still no new Halo news besides that small teaser. The teaser was interesting. It showed off Master Chief running on like this cliff edge, being shot at what looks like to be human bullets. So that's pretty interesting. Some guys that I know, or not know, but know of, like Hidden Xperia, have already made videos discussing this little teaser. I might leave a link down to their video so you can give it a check out. They're really amazing guys, and they have really great content. But besides that, guys, that is pretty much it for today's video. How do you feel about the Xbox Series X? Do you like the name? Do you like the console? If not, tell me why. I might argue with you, but you brought it upon yourself.